very well-known matchup, pretty fun to see. Curious how it's gonna play out though.
Oh,
Start on battle.
Go ahead.
We start on battlefield. It's a little bit odd. Usually you see the Fox try to get rid of this stage, but we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, it's not like a brutal counter pick, right? It's one of those where it's like Sheik's counter pick is just like, yeah, it's just her favorite one, but it's not like like insane or anything. She kind of runs the same game plan everywhere, so. Oh, finding the forward air here. Dash attack doesn't quite kill. Maybe
I like that. Yeah, I really like that choice to wave dash back early in the set from JSalt. They sort of both ran at each other, and it can be really scary to wave dash back there because the Fox might just overshoot. But it just sort of shows a willingness to defend your ground. That JSalt's willing to do that even pretty early.
Oh, finding the opposite tech in there on the soft back air. There's another wave dash back, catching it, going all the way back into corner and finding a grab. I think Fox might have no jump here and makes it a little bit easier to juggle here. And the scoop on the down tilt combos, even at 187, JSalt takes first stock.
You want to talk about characters that don't have arthritis, Sheik. And Fox, to be fair, but...
yeah. She just becomes stronger and stronger forever as the percents get higher. Like, there's no limit to that. Maybe at ultra high percent, like 4 tilt stops comboing and stuff. Less so an issue against Spaceys, but I have seen it against like Peach or something where like 4 tilt no longer combos and stuff, and then she kind of struggles, but not that much.
Yeah, and so high recovery there. Really good by JSalt to just sort of hold his ground and not overcommit early to cover a big option. Gives himself time to react and able to find the simple closeout with the F tilt fair.
Yep. JSalt playing the low percents really well there, did like a back air and just did back air spot dodge, ready for the CC grab. And it looks kind of a silly option, but that's actually the type of stuff Sheik has to do. She has to think defensively when she hits an opponent at low percents because all her moves can be crouch canceled, right? So, good counterplay.
Yeah, we sort of talked last match about how it's really important to think about how many hits you need to get a kill. And for Sheik, it's really about getting the onesie-twosie hits until you're out of crouch cancel percent. And then you can look for that one big hit that you can take all the way to a kill.
Yep, and that tends to be at around 40% or something, right? So once you're at 40, and this already feels real bad when you're down a stock and she gets you to 40, it starts to feel real desperate because you can no longer just cash in on your low percents to tie it back up or something. And what a reversal there! The recovery turns into a back air for Sheik, and turns out that's just a kill, straight up.
Yeah, I think K8A a little bit surprised by that. Not the best DI. He is finally able to get the kill, but still already a full stock down, and now you're going to have to get Sheik through 2 crouch cancel percents before she gets you through 1.
Yeah, and I think Fox is pretty good at dealing with crouch cancel. Oh my god, this is a brutal combo though. Talk about immediately getting to that. Getting the tech chases with the dash attacks. The down smash multi-hit is going to beat the shield. Ledge trapping's pretty good here. JSalt spacing really well. Boost grab in order to keep the tech chase going. Can this be the whole stock? More and more. Looking for a dash attack conversion eventually. There it is. And the up air kills. Damn. That was surgical at the end.
Yeah, really clean all the way through. Recognized exactly when to switch up the game plan. Went for the tech chase up to that, like, I think it was like 70%-ish. And then finds that dash attack just as you're calling it out. And then recognizing that based on the DI that K8A went for, it's better to go for the up air than something like a slap. Able to close out the stock and the game very cleanly.
Yeah, I think he actually tech chased him a really long time. I think he was like over 100, like 110.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. Okay. That was brutal because the dash attack like just straight up killed. So yeah, very nice. But this time it's Pokemon Stadium, and Fox is the one to get the big combo. Up air barely doesn't kill. That feels bad. The difference between getting the minimum percent kill and not. Oh my god, that's the whole stock.
How do you feel about not getting the minimum percent kill when the reversal actually kills you?
Yeah, just instantly from 0. That is efficient.
Yeah, and it's just painful right now. Every time from now on, K8A's going to be thinking about that. Like, oh, do I go for this up air? Oh, jeez. Do I need 2 more percent before I'm allowed? Am I going to get reversaled for a kill off that?
Right,
oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that is like the ball game a lot of times in these matches. You try to come up with like a better game plan for neutral and stuff like that, and it's just like, well, you got to not die when you hit your opponent, you know? Like, everything else stops making sense in neutral. When if you hit your opponent, you might lose a stock. It's like, how do you play neutral then, you know?
Yeah, and here we see another clean 0 to death off of an early percent grab. You talked about how important it is to take advantage of your crouch cancel percent against Sheik, but as the Fox, if you get grabbed early, you get sent into some sort of tech chase scenario. you actually just burn all of that percent right away, get pulled out of crouch cancel, and sometimes, like we saw last stock, you get comboed through the crouch cancel percent all the way up into a kill right away. So it takes that, 2, 3, even 4 hits that the Sheik might have to find and turns it into 1. And that's just, really, really devastating in the matchup.
Yeah, it's kind of her one X factor at low percent. She kind of has just like, she has to nickel and dime you unless she finds a grab. Grab is the one threat you got to like omega respect. She's like a grappler in fighting games or something, right? Like,
oh no, and here we go again.
Oh, and another grab into the up smash, finding the strong back air. Might have been a bit of a DI mix up there because I think Fox was not just holding in here. We have a bit of freezing action going on here.
Okay. I'm seeing K8A trying to recover here. Already up at 100% again. Got caught by a grab. That time it was a CC dash grab from JSalt. So again, very cognizant of what's happening. And it looks like we may have lost the feed. Sad face.
It's possible. I don't know. What do you think? Do you hit that edge guard?
I think JSalt hits that edge guard. I think in Pokemon Stadium,
I didn't ask if JSalt hits the edge guard.
Me? I get Saccharide there. That's what happens. 100%. 100%. I like down smash, but like a little bit too close to the ledge, so like my foot sticks out.
Yeah.
So then like he gets like the best RNG possible, so it's like the furthest hitbox of the Firefox hits me, and it just so happens that he did the angle just right, so that he like kind of rides the edge just a little bit, so that he lands just barely on stage and has the maximum amount of time to charge the up smash as I'm going up and back down for the Firefox. And then I try to DI away to get into the side platform, but it doesn't happen. I end up falling like opposite into the side smash and DI out.
That's brutal. I'm sorry to hear that. But luckily, JSalt is not you and managed to just close out the edge guard ostensibly and won the game. So he's up 2-0, and we're going into the next game on Yoshi's story this time. Didn't want to run back the tempo pick.
Yeah, a little bit surprising. Often you'd expect to see like an FD instead, but it looks like K8A just wants a small stage to be able to sort of overwhelm his opponent. And so far so good. Gets a quick kill early in that first stock, throws in a taunt, trying to feel himself a little bit, build that momentum. And it might be working. 75% of the second stock already.
Yep. I will say, I don't even think he was playing that bad in the previous games. Like, totally winnable. And it was just like very critical moments, right? Like, JSalt, he's not like winning every interaction. It's just the one he wins are so important that they like are stock deciding, sometimes 2 stock swings, right? And it's just like really hard to come back from when he just like survives and deletes your stock at 0 and then does it again the very next interaction, and you're like, wow, nothing else matters but those 2 interactions, you know?
Yeah, and we're seeing not only is it that there's only a couple interactions that are doing things, but they're different interactions each time, right? We saw the one where it was a reversal off stage where K8A was edge guarding and then all of a sudden gets reversal and gets killed. We saw a couple where he gets grabbed at like 0% and JSalt takes that all the way to a kill. So it's not just, hey, go fix this one thing. It's a couple different things that are all super critical in the matchup.
Yeah, it kind of feels like, he's like laying in wait and watching you, And he's just like, he's scheming something. He's got his bag of tricks and like, man, is he going to cash in if he gets one of them? And right now, finding this corner pressure that was really oppressive, finding the 4-tilt conversion, still down an entire stock though. Let's see if K8A kind of pushed this lead to put himself on the board.
Ooh, and JSalt gets another grab at 0%. That time I think it was coming just out of K8A's invincibility. So it's like earliest possible grab, and God, look at these tech.
Yeah, we're at 4. Oh, just misses the 5th grab, but he's already got his 52%. But K8A immediately finds a conversion for his own combo, finding the juggle. Tons of damage here. The up air doesn't quite kill once again. Ouch.
Ooh. Another great ledge dash from JSalt to make things kind of tricky for K8A, but K8A seems to have like an idea now and is looking for those ledge dashes.
Yep, Randall kind of getting involved on that recovery here. But K8A still able to close it out with a 2 stock, putting himself on the board. Now we're going to get Sheik counter picks. Probably going to be one of the well, it depends. It's probably going to be FOD or Dreamland, but kind of depending on how the matches go, I would imagine that he's going to want Dreamland. He lost on the small stage here, so.
Yeah, it definitely felt like K8A is really focused on. Oh, okay, we go to Fountain. It felt to me like K8A was really focused on overwhelming, so I think the space on Dreamland would feel pretty nice, but that's not what we decided to do. So let's see how JSalt takes advantage of the tricky side platforms here on Fountain.
And this kind of leaves the door open for some of these GIMP setups as well, or big reversals. You can kind of turn into a kill right away. So, all right. playing the corner right now. JSalt full hopping, getting shine. No one's finding the huge hit right now, and it's kind of going to be up to the first big hit to pull the lead. There it is.
All right, K8A finds it, but already at 70%. JSalt definitely can delete this lead right away with an invincible grab. Ooh, the roll into the shield gets K8A out for a moment. And a big combo coming off of it. This is looking really nice. 60% right away. 70.
And the back air. Whenever you end your combos like that, you want to end your combos in center stage with your opponent off stage. K8A's doing that consistently, right? Unfortunately, kind of SD's there, may have been dead already, doesn't really matter. But yeah, K8A's getting a ton of damage and then getting the juggle, and then the combos end with Sheik all the way in the corner. Like, that's really tough to come back from, so...
Yeah, I think that last interaction that started that combo for the kill was really important. JSalt did what you talked about, where he got one hit and then threw up his shield at super low percents. K8A did CC it, but didn't immediately go for a counter hit. Instead, recognizing the situation, waits for the shield, and then runs up and grabs it. So recognizing that slight pause in timing and ability to catch JSalt playing defensive at a normally offensive moment is really big for K8A, I think.
Yeah, they're kind of both playing the mix-up now, and it's up to JSalt to kind of readapt back. Can he turn this into some sort of like, you know, something to exploit, right? If your opponent's trying to aggress onto you with something like that after getting hit, maybe you can just turn it into more hits, you know? So.
Oh, and K8A using that low platform really effectively finds the back air and then drops through for the shine, getting another quick 65%, looking really nice. Oh, and the side B clips it.
Finding the forward tilt forward air there. K8A's just kind of stopped getting reversaled outright. I feel like there was a couple like really key reversals in the first couple games, and now it's just like when K8A hits you, it feels so consistent and strong, right? Like not only is he getting a ton of damage, but he doesn't need the kill because he's putting himself in such a strong position to pick it right back up.
Definitely not overreaching, and I think that's a huge part of it. The one thing I will say on JSalt's favor is that he's still being able to find a lot of early percent grabs. So that's still really, really scary from the Fox perspective. But K8A is able to close it out, forcing a game 5. I wonder if we're going to see that Dreamland pick after all.
Yeah, totally possible here after getting kind of overwhelmed on a couple small stages, like you said. It also makes it easier to not get juggled on the big stages. Like, you get back aired far away, and there's probably somewhere on the stage where you can land, and it's a little bit easier to kind of like get back and maneuver your way back to center stage. So, does end up doing it with a Dreamland pick. Let's see if it's enough. You've already earned yourself 2 wins, so you only need 1.
Ooh. Both players getting inside of the small hits here, recognizing that they don't get too much during crouch cancel percent. K8A the first to get pushed out of crouch cancel percent and immediately into an edge guard. Finds his way back.
Yeah, it was a pretty tricky edge guard to get. I don't think JSalt could cover everything. Opted to kind of cover the ledge, which allowed K8A to get back with really good stage positioning, right? That's kind of the gambit you do when you cover the conservative option like that. And K8A takes that all the way to the bank. This time it's K8A with a big reversal into taking the first stock.
Ooh, and there we see JSalt going for the low percentage grab once again, but K8A shining him out of it and getting a little bit of percent for it. I guess that was more low percent on JSalt's side than K8A's side, but
yeah, same sort of ideas, right? Like kind of playing around the percents. JSalt needs to finish this edge guard. This time the conservative angle is going to kind of get paid off there, going to the ledge. And JSalt's struggling here to take the first stock.
Yeah, and K8A just making the most of even his very high percents, avoiding the single hit that could get him killed, right? A single dash attack, F tilt, or grab. Ooh, probably the wrong choice to throw forward there rather than up and get a fair, but JSalt able to close it out anyway. Makes up for the mistake with an offstage edge guard.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh my god, talk about critical decisions right there. That's another one for JSalt that just, instead of dying at 100% and having your opponent be up a clean stock, you kill him at 13? No.
Yeah, and just a beautiful choice by JSalt. Goes way out, puts a ton of pressure on that recovery, and then punishes the quickest, fastest option with that side B to ledge.
I actually think he was recovering though, right? Like, Fox was at 13%, right? So you kind of like, Fox chose to recover or to edge guard kind of greedily, wanted to close out the stock outright instead of just like, well, I'll just let you grab the ledge and then come back a few times and pays the ultimate price for it. Still tied in stock count, so K8A's definitely still in there. Most of the time, the damage that does is mostly on the mental, so if K8A can keep his head in the game, totally still doable.
K8A has eaten a ton of percent here, all the way up to 100. Oh, and the side B actually doesn't get him far enough. All of a sudden, down 2 stocks to 1, and still has a lot of percent to contend with here. He has to get through a lot before he can kill JSalt the first time even.
Yup. Got a ton of damage already with the 56, but then falls into a grab. JSalt's been consistently getting 40 out of every grab, and that's all you need, right? If one grab can get you 3, then you're there. You've beaten the crash cancel percent in 1 move. So
that was a funny little interaction there. Wispy really helping K8A out with the forward blowing, pushing JSalt off the stage, but JSalt just picks it right back up, gets the double catches him not